Nation, let's have some fun with this one real quick.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Nation, it's your boy Graphk Raider, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. You already know what time it is. Shout out to everybody here in the building. Make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. You already know what time it is, man. Breaking news, our Raiders have went out and signed backup quarterback, former Patriot. Surprise, surprise. 37-year-old Brian Hoyer to a 2-year deal. I think we all kind of called this, right? Like, we already knew once New England parted ways with Brian Hoyer. I think we were actually on a live one time and we were speaking about this. I kind of knew the writing was on the wall. Brian Hoyer at some point was going to become a Raider. Everyone knows that, Stiddy went to the Broncos on a 2-year deal, $10 million deal at that. We have Blaine Gabbert come in, for a visit. He left without a deal. It was only a matter of time, you guys, before we went out and signed the 37-year-old vet. Once again, I see Twitter, I see Instagram, I see everyone online freaking out about this deal. To be honest with you, I'm kind of torn a little bit though, because a 2-year deal, right? I haven't seen the contract yet, so don't get me wrong. We might be able to get out of it after year one. But I'm kind of confused by the 2-year deal. This kind of reminds me of the Brandon Bolden deal, right? You go out and get an older running back that knows the system and you sign him to a 2-year deal. It's like, for what? Just sign him to 1 year, let him help implement the system and move on. You know what I mean? So I don't know why we would sign him to a 2-year deal, the Brandon Bolden effect. But here we are. It seems as though Josh McDaniels loves to give 2-year deals to his guys. But we're here. We signed 37-year-old quarterback Brian Hoyer. He only played in 1 game last season, you guys. This guy is a backup quarterback to a T. He only had 37 yards passing last season, no TDs, no picks. Been in the league since 2009, was drafted to the Patriots actually, then went to Arizona, went to the Browns, went to the Houston Texans. He bounced around the league. This guy's a journeyman. The Bears, the Niners, the Colts, and then went back to the Patriots, and he's been there, I think, for the last 3 or 4 seasons. But this isn't something to freak out about, you guys. Don't get me wrong. Like, am I high on this pickup? No, not at all. But the guy knows the system. He's going to help refresh Jimmy G. Jimmy G has not been in the system for a while. It's been a minute since he played for the Patriots. So I think Brian Hoyer coming in and helping Jimmy get back accustomed to the system. It makes all the sense in the world. I'm not mad about this at all. I'm just still kind of torn between the 2-year deal. You know what I mean? If you sign him to a 1-year deal, great. But a 2-year deal, what? But right now, you guys, we have Jimmy Garoppolo. We have Brian Hoyer as our backup. And we have Chase Garbers, our UDFA last year out of Cal, as the third guy, the third QB on this roster. I don't think we're done yet. This does not mean, you guys, we are going to go out and go get not go get a quarterback in this draft. We are still going to get a quarterback. I don't know if that's in the first round. I don't know if that's in the second, third, and maybe even the later rounds. I don't know, but we are not done at the quarterback position. I see people freaking out. Oh my God, we went and got Brian Hoyer. Now we're not going to get a quarterback and we're not done. We are not done. But shout out to the 238 people already in the building, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Breaking news, Brian Hoyer, 37-year-old quarterback, journeyman, another Patriot, has headed west to Las Vegas, and we have signed him to a 2-year deal. Let me get some comments in the comment section. I want to see how you guys feel about this. This tells me if we go quarterback at all, it'll be Richardson or Hooker. And I know what you mean by that, right, Dorado? You mean that at this point, if we do go QB, you're going to go with the guy, the dual threat, right? The guy that can get out of the pocket, run around, and do all that good stuff. I think that's what you mean. Not another pocket passer, a guy that, can still stand tall in the pocket like a Hooker. No pun intended. But, but can move around a little bit. I think that's what you mean by that. And I definitely agree with you. Shout out to Mike, man. Mike Daniels. Docs, this is very common for coaches and GMs to bring as many players in personal from former teams with them. Raider fans need to understand that. And I've said that a million times, Mike Daniels. Thank you, brother. You echo the same sentiment as me. This happens with every other team, but we're Raider fans, so we're going to freak out. You know what I mean? It's craziness. Shout out to 69. Just got my shirt. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting what I do, 69. I appreciate you so much. And you guys, my apologies. The shirt, I literally ran home from the gym. My shirt is all soaked. You know what I mean? I just got home from the gym. I had this towel around my neck at the gym. So I was like, I want to do a live real quick and see how everybody feels about this. You know what I mean? You know what, Ant? You know what? I don't want to come on here and say that I called this, but I'm going to say this, right? It was clear. You know what I mean? So definitely said this would happen. But I think a lot of us kind of shared the same thought process in terms of us bringing in Brian Hoyer. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, my God, I called it. You know what I mean? And blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to throw that into the universe. I think we all pretty much knew once, he was let go from the Patriots, what time it was. Let me see. Shout out to Watts. If we draft Hooker or Jalen Carter, I'm good. I agree, my brother. Shout out to Raiders guy, my 916 brother. Yes, we needed a backup, though. This is facts. And we got one, a guy that knows this system like the back of his hand. I am cool with this. Like I said before, the only thing puzzling to me is the 2-year deal. I'm hoping, I don't know if the contract has came out yet, you guys, I have not seen it, but I'm hoping that second year is a team option, right? Team option where we can say, okay, bring him back if need be. But I'm hoping that that's not like these 2 years are guaranteed or some crazy shit. I'm hoping that there's a team option on that second year of his contract. Yes, I seen that. I actually retweeted that right now. OKC. I seen him running his mouth saying that we're fake thugs and blah, blah, blah. While it was funny, man, the dude didn't even hit puberty yet. OKC, the dude's voice was cracking and shit during the video. The Raiders are wannabe thugs. It's like, come on, bro. Like, you can't talk shit while your voice is cracking, King. Hit puberty first, then get back to the drawing board, my brother. Tim Patrick, get the fuck out of here, man. But I find this hilarious, though, you guys, because a report just came out, right, that Bill Belichick has been shopping Mac Jones all off season, and that we were one of the teams that were in, talks or, that he reached out to in terms of bringing in Mac Jones. And me personally, I was all for not using a draft pick this year on an Anthony Richardson or on a quarterback early and trading a mid-round pick for a Mac Jones. The guy has 2 years left on his rookie deal, and then he has the 5th-year option because he is a former first-round pick, right? I would have been cool on trading a mid-round pick for Mac Jones, a guy that went to the Pro Bowl with Josh McDaniels, pretty much with 3 years left on his deal, because we would pick up that 5th-year option. You got 3 years, at that point with Mac Jones on a rookie deal. I would have definitely did that. That's something I'm definitely still kind of looking at. Like, Chase Garbers is not probably going to make this roster at all. He can be a practice squad QB. Brian Hoyer at this point could be QB3. I would not be against going out and getting a former Pro Bowler under Josh McDaniels and trading a mid-round pick to get Mac Jones. If Bill Belichick wants to move on from Mac Jones, I'm cool with that. I would definitely go give a mid-round pick. Take that Waller pick. Send it over to New England if that's enough for them. Because, I'm cool. I would definitely do. You get 3 years of Mac Jones, a guy that shined under Josh McDaniels' tutelage, man. So, I would definitely do that. That'd be funny as shit to see Jimmy G QB1, Mac Jones QB2 for Jimmy's the bridge guy, right? And Mac Jones, the guy with 3 years left on his deal, and then have Brian Hoyer, all Patriots. That shit would be hilarious. Hilarious. Yes. Yeah, this is facts. Hoyer's been a third stringer his whole career, pretty much. Pretty much in a nutshell, man. I know, John. It's kind of like the Tyler Huntley, right? Pro Bowler, right? Oh man, shout out to my brother Dion, man. What the fuck, Docs? We get old as Brian Hoyer, man. 37 years old, you guys. And yeah, man, he's been in the league for a while now, for a minute. 37. By the time the season comes around, he'll pretty much be 38 years old. He's won a Super Bowl as a backup. What I've heard, is he's a good locker room guy. You know what I mean? A good veteran to have around your young guys, especially when we draft a young dude at the QB spot. So I'm not against it. I'm not against it. You guys, let's stop freaking out. This is a backup quarterback. You know what I mean? Like this guy may be QB2, but I think it's going to be QB3. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to get a rookie. This is just a guy that's going to be someone sitting down with a clipboard, helping our young guy at the quarterback spot and helping Jimmy G with the system, refreshing his memory. That's all it is, you guys. This is nothing to freak out about at all. Like I said before, I'm seeing people on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all this shit. Well, not Facebook. I'm off of Facebook now, but all social media going crazy right now over picking up a potential QB3. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Let me see. Espo says Raiders signed Tim Patrick as third string water boy. Talk that shit. Sean said, I heard Hoyer is just a smoke screen so that no one expects us to move up. Yeah, that's it, Sean, right there. That's it, right? Yeah, we go get the all-pro, you know what I mean? Super Bowl winning Brian Hoyer to throw people off our game so we can go get AR-15. That shit is hilarious. That is hilarious, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button, man. We're on our way to 19K. I cannot do that without you guys. Also, PlanetRaiders.com. We're going to be dropping some new stuff today. So go hit the website. We've been dropping articles every day. And also, OakLosVegas.com is pinned up top for the gear. Salute to everybody that's been supporting what we do over here at the OakLosVegas Raiders Network. Shout out to the Raider, man. I meant if we go QB, it's going to be one they plan on sitting. Okay, I got you. Young Stroud, Levis are day one guys. Got you. Richardson and Hooker need to sit. Hooker because of the injury, I get that, and Anthony Richardson because he's so raw. You know what I mean? And pause if necessary. Hoyer gives that flexibility if Jimmy gets hurt. Look, the Raider, I agree with you, but I don't want to see Brian Hoyer play one snap at all because that spells disaster for this franchise. I don't want to see him play one time at all. Shout out to the Raider, though, my dog. Shout out to John Corrigan, my boy again. Honestly, this fan base freaks out because we are patrioting our team and we're still tuck rule salty. That's my hot take. Well, this is my hot take. We finish where it started, John, okay? The New England Patriots kind of started our demise with the tuck rule. We couldn't really get it together after that. Well, guess what? These guys come over here and they help turn this thing around. And we become a threat once again, a perennial playoff team. How about that? How about that? Bold take. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that shit, but bold take. Shout out to my brother.com. Ohio is in the building. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to Real Cali G. Oak lost Patriots. Oh, man. Money Check says, big no to Hooker. He has a major injury. He's older. Well, it was a clean break from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a clean, you know what I mean? Clean injury. You know what I mean? He'll heal up well and he'll bounce back. Chuck, I get it, bro. Like, you know, it was a clear tear though. You know what I mean? Like back then in the 90s when we were watching football, right? If someone tore the ACL, then pretty much the career was out of here. It was done. It was done. These days, these guys bounce back after 2 tears and still tear up the NFL. So I agree with what you mean, but nah, man. Hooker will bounce back, bro. I'm telling you, he will bounce back. And I think he's going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in this draft class moving forward. I think Henry Hooker's going to have a good career in the NFL. Let me see. I want us to draft. Let me see. I want us to draft all defense, maybe a wide receiver, tight end, and O-line. Oh, for those who don't know, also, speaking, Juju, of wide receiver, we do have Zay Flowers in for a visit, you guys, another top 30 visit. This is kind of weird to me because I'm going to be honest, we don't need another receiver. We got about 50, 60 of them right now on our roster. Zay Flowers is coming off a career year in Boston College last year. He had over 1,000 receiving yards. The dude is fast, is all get up, but it doesn't make any sense to have a 5'9", 5'10" at best. And I'm being very nice with saying 5'10". Zay Flowers coming in for a visit. I don't really get it. And also at Boston College, he played predominantly on the outside. He didn't really play in the slot. And at the NFL level, he's not going to be a 5'9" guy on the outside. He's going to be a slot guy. We just went and got Jacoby Myers, and we still have Hunter Renfrow on the roster. So I don't know if we're just doing our due diligence, but Zay Flowers will be a first-round pick, and it makes no sense to me. He's like fourth on my wide receiver board. You know what I mean? And I don't really know why we would do that, to be honest. But, yeah, Zay Flowers will be in for a top 30 visit this week. Maybe today, I think. I could be wrong. I know we visited the Cowboys. We are next on his visit list. Shout out to Raider Lux. Jimmy will be trade bait next year, $12 million for a quarterback. I can see that. I can see that, Lux. Shout out dog Lux, man. Appreciate you on a donation. Shout out to Raider for life. Hooker needs a year to sit before he's healed. I agree, my brother. I agree. Definitely agree with you. And that's why you have Jimmy G, the bridge guy. Hence the bridge. Bro, why are we even thinking about wide receivers in the draft? Zay is a first or second round pick. Yeah, I don't know. And Watts, maybe we get that star defender in the first round and they say, you know what? If he falls to the second, we did our homework on him. Maybe we take him. I don't get it. I truly don't, because at this point, Jacoby Myers is our wide receiver too. You still have Hunter Renfrow in the slot. I don't know if we're doing our homework on this guy and assuming and really expecting to move on from Hunter Renfrow. But I don't know. I just don't know where you're going to play Zay Flowers at the next level. He really predominantly played on the outside. He was an outside receiver for Boston College. But I agree, Mike Downs. There's nothing wrong with dotting your I's and crossing your T's. I agree. He knows the system, but he is still rubbish. Another one I agree with, my brother. Shout out to Mr. Wrong. Hey, Mr. Wrong, you ain't wrong. You right. Facts. Mr. Wrong ain't right. I mean, Mr. Wrong is right. Shout out to my dog, man. Let me see. Spin fire, man. You got to calm down, my brother. It's not that serious, man. It's not that serious. This guy may be QB3, bro. Like, there's nothing to really be upset about. You know what I mean? This is what they do in the NFL. Coaches do this year in and year out. GMs do this year in and year out. They go out and get guys that they're familiar with. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Just let's pump the brakes a little bit, brother. Pump the brakes. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. DeMarcus, they are actually up, but they're archived. So I got to go on there and hit the unarchive button. They're on the back end of the website right now, but I did put them up. So I'll make sure to unarchive those and have them go live today. Shout out to my brother DeMarcus, man. Let me see. Good signing. I guarantee the Raiders aren't drafting the QB unless it's later rounds. I don't think we're done, Nick. We're going to get a quarterback at some point, but I don't think that Brian Hoyer moves the needle enough for us to get away from a quarterback if he falls into our lap in the first round. Let's just keep it a buck. Like, Brian Hoyer is not a guy that if Anthony Richardson falls to you at 7, you're going to say, no, we're not going to get Anthony Richardson. We're not going to get this guy, you know what I mean, because we got Brian Hoyer. That's not going to happen. Honestly, I have no opinion on this move, except that I hate the Patriots. Big Mike with the haymaker of all haymakers. I love it. And shout out to Big Mike, one of our top writers over at PlanetRaiders.com. If you guys are not subscribed to our brother Big Mike Raider, go subscribe to him real quick, man. He puts on a hell of a show. We're trying to get him to a thousand subs so we can get our brother monetized, you guys. So if you guys get a chance to, go subscribe to our brother Big Mike. And he's also going to drop another haymaker today on Tully. You know what I mean? The defensive end. Out of USC on PlanetRaiders.com. So stay tuned for that. He's definitely going to be dropping a breakdown of TT out of USC today on PlanetRaiders.com. So stay tuned for that. Let me see. He's insurance if Jimmy goes down. I don't even think that. I don't even think that. I just think this guy is coming in to help Jimmy and the other guy that we draft with the system. Like I said, man, Jimmy has been away from the Patriots for a while, you guys. What did he play like the last 3 seasons, 4 seasons or some shit with the Niners? Like, he's been away for a while. You know what I mean? So this guy is trying to get caught up, you know, like Jimmy G said, this system is not easy to get. So why not go get a guy like Brian Hoyer that can sit down with you, open up that playbook and refresh your memory? I don't think this is a insurance policy for Jimmy G. I really don't, you guys. I think that probably Brian Hoyer is going to be QB3. Real shit. I mean, he was QB3 in New England. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, Brian Hoyer. This guy's been pretty much a career backup, you guys. This guy will probably be QB3. I'm going to say 99.9% chance he's a QB3. Let me see. There you go. Camp arm player / coach. That's it. That's it. So stop freaking out, you guys. It's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. Spitting fire, we will always be the Raiders, bro. We will always be the Raiders. We will always be the Raiders. As long as this is still there, we will always be the Raiders, my brother. Calm down, King. Calm down, King. Let me see. The great one. Clipboard Brian. There we go. Frank Weiss says, Docs, they're saying the Texans are going to take Will Anderson. Would you trade up to take either? Now, that would get interesting, Frank, because they do have a new head coach that is a defensive mind. I would definitely move up to 3. That if Stroud or Bryce Young is there. If these guys are sold on those guys, which I said before on numerous lives, that, you know, there was kind of a separation in the building, right? That Josh McDaniels is a CJ Stroud guy. Oh, no, he's a Bryce Young guy. And Zeig is a CJ Stroud guy. So these guys like their guys, right? So if they're there at 3, I definitely would move up. If they took Will Anderson at 2, the Texans, man, jump up there and go get your guy of the future. Go get him. You see. Watt says, make a new Raider anthem, Graphk. We down bad. Man. There's one on the way. But, you know, I'm going to kind of get away from all the Raider anthems, man. It's just so overpopulated now, Watts. You know what I mean? Like, people are making Raider anthems left and right, and that's no shade to anyone. There's just a million of them now. It doesn't really make any of them special anymore. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe I'll drop that Tay-Day this year or something. Maybe I'll drop something, but I'm just not in no real rush to go drop another Raider anthem because there's a million of them, man. You know what I mean? Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building. I agree. I think that the Texans aren't going to go into the season with a young pup out of Stanford in year 2 as their quarterback. I don't see that happening. Is it year 2 or year 3? Davis Wells. Stu FaceTimed me this morning and said he wants to do a show today. But also, Stu was hitting me and texting me at 4 a.m. So that lets me know Stu was up all night. So we'll see if he answers his phone later on for our show. We shall see. So I'm going to hold off on that. I know, Sean. And yeah, I did that before. Yeah. Totally fucked it up. Let me see. Okay, so he says, we're still the Raiders. Calm down. It took time to accept the coaching and front office, but I feel they will lead us in the right direction. Factory. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to jump on, do a quick 30-minute show and break down what we got going on. We did sign backup quarterback, veteran journeyman quarterback, 37-year-old Brian Hoyer, former Patriot. When, like I said before, when he was let go from New England, all signs pointed that he was going to come over here to Las Vegas. He's here now. We signed him to a 2-year deal. Do not freak out, you guys. It's not that big of a deal. We have our potentially QB3 that knows this system like the back of his hand. So he's going to help Jimmy G, refresh his memory, like I said about 30 times, and help the young pup that we draft with this system, which is not easy to get. So, with that being said, man, quick show, you guys. Breaking news. We have went out and signed veteran journeyman quarterback Brian Hoyer. I'm about to go take my beautiful wife out for breakfast. Salute to you guys. I'll see you guys tonight. Love y'all. On the way out, hit that subscribe button and also wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. PlanetRaiders.com, PlanetRaiders.com, OakLosVegas.com for the drip. Salute to y'all. I'm out. One.